It's time for the Ella Johnson Show. Thanks for tuning in to the Ella Johnson Show, where there are two sides to every story. Enjoy the broadcast. Stay tuned. Happy holidays. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday. There will come a time that I'll run across something on TikTok or some other social media platform that I want to share with you and have some commentary about it. Well, today's pick is a video that I saw on TikTok by this minister talking about how people are approached when they enter into church. And I thought it was interesting because, well, it's true. Take a listen.
Anybody ever been in a church where they tell you take your hat off? You're telling a young man, teenager, to take his hat off. You haven't even introduced yourself. You haven't said, I'm glad you're here. But you want him to be religious before he even has relationship. This hat don't send me to hell. My tattoos don't send me to hell. My jewelry and my nose rings, they don't send me to hell. My piercings don't send me to hell. Nothing but my confession. Religion will have you. I don't know what to wear. I can't go to church. I ain't got no church clothes. Do you have clothes? Yes. Then you have church clothes. That means everybody can walk in this building and you better not say one thing to them. I don't care what they look like, how much weed they smell like, if they smell like they just took 5 shots of good premium Jack Daniels Tennessee honey. Before you go judging and sending people hell for the stuff that you do that don't nobody know about, the best thing for you to do is be quiet and just be thankful that God didn't expose you. You better treat people with the same grace you hope you never need.
Okay. Y'all heard that, right? Listen, he spoke nothing but the truth today. You know, this is a subject that a lot of people are afraid to tackle. They don't want to make it look like they're against church or because they don't want to be in church or they're just the devil themselves. Anyone who dares to tackle this type of subject. Well, in 2026, these are the kind of subjects I will tackle on the Ella Johnson Show. Why? Because so many people are being misled through religion. Real talk. And I don't want to be one of those people that when I finally meet God face to face, I don't want him to ask me, what did you do about it? Did you use your platform to talk about me and to lead people to me and to make the people feel loved who don't feel loved? Did you do that, Ella? And I want to be able to say, yes, sir. So we're going to start having conversations like this on the Ella Johnson Show. But for tonight, I want to talk about this video. Now, he said a lot of important things, and a lot of you know this is true. Okay, so we don't have to play. All right, let's get past that. You know this is true because it's either happened to you, you've done it, or you know someone who has been treated this way. This is not the right way to treat someone. When someone is coming because they are at a state of vulnerability and they're ready to receive Christ into their life. And they've always been told they need to be in church, but they just never went. But let's just say they want to go to this particular church. It's around the corner. They passed it so many times, and now they want to visit. So they go to the church, and the first thing you tell them to do, take off their hat. Like he said in the video, you haven't introduced yourself. He doesn't know who you are. Now he's on the defense. Because now what you're saying, when you tell him to take off his hat without explaining who you are, why he needs to take off the hat, you're basically saying, listen, with this hat on your head, you're not worthy to be in here. And that's sad. And that is not representative of who God is. Stop playing. God said, come as you are. Everybody, whether you've been at anybody's church, you've heard that saying. Come as you are. That means come. I don't care if you just smoked a weed joint. I don't care if you just finished drinking a bottle of wine. I don't care if you just came from the club. Come as you are. I'll meet you here. I'll meet you where you are. And then when they get there, he could have a clean heart, but you judged him by what's on his head or how he smells or what he's wearing. Maybe that's all they have to wear. Did you ever think about that? And then you want to sit them to the back because the pastor from Atlanta is coming today. And you know it's going to be on TV. So we're going to need all them, sit them in the back. No. And you wonder why nobody wants to come to your church. Nobody wants to join. Nobody wants to sit under that kind of representation. Because if they treat you like that, they're going to probably treat your guests like that. And I'm not inviting anybody to a church that treats people like that because I don't want to do anything to turn them around. I don't want to do anything to cause them to go back into the world. Because see, every single one of us, whenever we say something like that or treat someone like that, you will be held accountable. And if you're in the pulpit or in any kind of leadership representing God's name, you will be held to a higher standard. And you know, I like this part when he said, you want him to have religion before he has a relationship. That means you're placing more emphasis on his appearance than you are on him having a relationship with God. I don't care where you are in this world. I don't care how you may have been treated by people that call themselves Christians. Know this one thing. Get in the Bible and read the word for yourself. Pray so that your relationship with God can be built between you and him. Don't rely on the church to break or make that relationship that you need to have with God. Yes, it's true. Some of this stuff does happen. And the church is wrong when they do that. People that work in the church that treat people like that, it's wrong. But don't hold God accountable. Don't be mad at him because of the way somebody treat you. Know better, know how you're supposed to be treated, and just go somewhere else where you're treated with love. Let me ask you guys a question. You want people to be a certain way when they come to church. Then I want to ask you about a hospital. When people go to the hospital, do you see people there that are well that don't need it? Because that'd be kind of crazy for me now to have no symptoms of illness and go lay up in the hospital like I have nothing else to do. That's kind of crazy. Well, it's kind of crazy for people to go to church who are just showing up that's not looking for something or not in need of something. So if they come there, don't turn them away because of what your expectation is. That's not who God is. He welcomes you. And this is what's funny. You got people that are on the usher board that were probably a prostitute themselves, a teen mother themselves. You will never see me look down on a young woman who gets pregnant. You know why? Because I was one of those young women. You'll never see me look down on someone who's homeless. You know why? Because I was one day a homeless person. Did you ever wonder why my first children's book was about a homeless man? Did you ever wonder why? Because for some reason, we have lost touch with what God expects of us. We have forgotten that every person in this society is important. Not only just in the society they're important, but they're important to God. And he's going to hold you accountable how you treat them. There are some people that God has come to them and told them to go to that church. And they come in that church and then you act that way. You don't think God saw it? Because here's the thing. We love to talk about God is in this place. Well, if God is in this place and you're acting like that, either God isn't in this place or you don't know who God is. If God walked in our church and had a big tattoo, I'm God, well, then we'd act like we got some sense, wouldn't we? But he's not going to come that way, is he? And for these people that we love to judge and say they're not about anything and that they're not ever going to be about anything and they're ghetto and they're ratchet, they'll never make nothing of themselves because they live in a certain place or they didn't go to this kind of school. You never know. That person that you're talking about, they might have to open the gate to heaven and let you in. Think about that. This video just had me thinking all day. I had to share it with you guys. And he's right. He's so right. And how he said that, if people come to his church, you better not. I don't care if they come in there smelling like weed, smelling like a wine bottle. Love on them. Love on them, guys. This time is coming short. And God expects every single one of us to show love. I don't care who it is. I don't care if you don't know them. Stop being that kind of person that, yes, I'll love on people who love me. There's no credit in that. Love on the people that you know can't do anything for you, because you don't know if they can do anything for you. You never know. You never know that you may be entertaining angels and you just turn them away. I do believe that if Jesus were to come back on the earth right now, he would not come in a suit and a tie. He would come like the least of them. Because if you really want to know who you are inside, it's what you do when no one's watching. So when you see a homeless person, do you immediately judge them? I'm not giving them any money. They're just going to buy alcohol with it. I'm not doing anything. They chose to be out here. You know, one thing for sure is that I know that if there's anything that will turn people around, and I'm talking about Democrats, Republicans, because I'm going to love on you. I don't care who you are, whether you're a Democrat or I don't care about that. So it's very important for us that when you see a video like this, it should make every single one of us look in the mirror and check ourselves. It's not for me to judge, but it's for you to look, because there's going to come a day, every single one of us, me, you, Republicans, Democrats, atheists, we are all going to have to look him in the eyes and face him. We have to face everything we've done on this earth. Believe that. So we need to be mindful. The Bible says that when you do it for the least of them, you do it unto me. But here's the problem, guys. The least of them are the people we do the least for. Why is that? People come into your church, they want to be accepted. Don't make them feel bad already and they haven't even gotten in the door. What do you think they're going to receive? Nothing. They're sitting there in your congregation, can't wait till you let out. And they're definitely not putting anything in the plate. And they will never come again. And you know what's worse? They're going to tell the next person and the next person. Man, down in that church, man, them people's uppity down there. I went down there. They made me take off my hat, take my gum out. I had to strip and dress up before I could even get in the doors. And you know that is not what God said. I just wanted to share that video with you guys in the comments. Tell me what you thought of this video. So stay tuned for my next hot take on the Ella Johnson Show. See you next time.
We are supporters of the Ella Johnson Show. We live in South Korea. We have been watching Ella Johnson Show for like a year now. And we love her show. Her show is very inspirational, motivational, and educational.
If you would like to be a guest on the Ella Johnson Show, send an email to theellajohnsonshow@gmail.com or send a text message to 407-334-6997.
We love Ella Johnson Show.